Uh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Do Guy, coming at y'all with another episode of Drop It Dimes with Mr. Do Guy. And today, man, I'm going to talk about last night's Thursday night NFL matchup as you had the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the New Orleans Saints 31-24. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, reach out to me, DM me, holler at me. All that info is down in the description box. So come holler at your boy, yo. Um, Shout out to Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville is very sneakily, if that's even a word, they got a 5-2 record, man. They off to a really nice start this season, yo. They had that ugly loss to Houston at home by like 20 points, and they ain't lost since. I mean, they've beaten Atlanta pretty handily. They beat the Buffalo Bills. Of course they took care of the Colts, and they go to New Orleans last night and beat the Saints, man. Regardless of what's going on with the Saints, that's still a tough place to play, especially in prime time, yo. So Travis Etienne looking good out there. Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine Lawrence, he finally got over his demons by winning in that building. He's lost his only two college games of his career in the Superdome. Christian Kirk, of course, made the game winner, the deciding factor. They got a pick six. Dougie P got them playing some really good ball right now, man. I must say. And to me, they clearly the best team in that division. Um, and looking for to the Saints, man, something off with them, man. Obviously, with a 3-4 record, they might have made a big mistake, man. I think what the Saints' problem is organizationally, they've made the mistake of trying to hold on to something that you gotta let go of and start fresh. And what I mean by that is they should be more into the rebuilding mode stage instead of trying to piece everything together and make another run at it. You know what I'm saying? Because them giving Derek Carr the contract that they gave him to me illustrates that we think we just a quarterback away. Now, granted, if you look at the personnel they have offensively with Michael Thomas, who's healthy and out there playing, made a great touchdown catch last night with Michael Thomas and Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, and then defensively they got a good defense, obviously with Cam Jordan. Granderson is playing at a Pro Bowl level. The Mario Davis, who's been one of the best linebackers in the league. Lattimore, Honey Badger, they got talent as far as they ready to make some type of run. So you would think that, okay, they're a quarterback away. Problem is they picked the wrong quarterback, man. Derek Carr, this is what I'm learning about these quarterbacks, yo. When you look at guys like Russell Wilson and Carson Wentz when it happened to him, Matt Ryan when he went to Indianapolis last year, when a quarterback hits that wall, they hit that wall, man. Like teams got to stop thinking like, oh, I could bring him in and I could fix him. You know what I'm saying? When he hit that wall, he hit that wall. Especially when he hit the wall the previous years. Now you got some situations like Geno Smith in Seattle where Geno hit a wall 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And he was a backup and he was a bridge quarterback for them when they traded Russell Wilson because they knew they would have had draft capital and they'd have went get their quarterback the next year. Well, surprisingly, Geno Smith outplayed all expectations and he became the franchise quarterback. But Derek Carr, his last year with the Raiders was terrible, man. And he had Devontae Adams. I mean, Darren Waller was hurt. He had Josh Jacobs. He had players there, and he was awful. The best version of Derek Carr is like a borderline top 10 to top 12 quarterback in the league. And the Saints treated him like it was like a Matthew Stafford going to the Rams type of situation, where Stafford was still a really good player with Detroit before he went to the Rams. He just didn't have nothing to work with. That wasn't the case with Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr was bad last year, and Derek Carr is still bad. He's gonna give you plays now and then, but he's a bad quarterback right now. And every time I watch the Saints, you always seeing this distraught look on his face, and he always complaining about something, and it's just bad. And he put the Saints are in a bind now by giving him that contract instead of just you know trying to just. And I get it, man, because they do got good talent, man, but they got a bad coach and they got a bad quarterback, man. And I just think that's what the problem is. And they got a bad offensive coordinator, man. Derek Carr can't play at a high level anymore. Dennis Allen was never a good head coach, a really good defensive coordinator, but was never a good head coach. And Pete Carmichael obviously got to hide under Sean Payton for all them years. And, people believed in him because, I forgot what year it was, but it was a year where Sean Payton basically was gone for a few games. I think it was the Bounty Gate year or whatever. And Pete Carmichael had a solid offense still, but Drew Brees was the quarterback though. He's not a guy that's really a high profile, offensive coordinator. And I just think that's the problem with the Saints right now. It's like they kind of stuck in purgatory where they want to be a Super Bowl contender with guys like Michael Thomas, Kamara, all the people I just named, but they don't have a good coach and they don't have a good quarterback to get them to that point. So what's the next thing you do? I feel like you gotta start rebuilding. You gotta tear the thing down. You gotta, man. But they tied into some contracts though, man. Even some of these guys they get rid of, it's still gonna be dead money against their cap, man. So they stuck in purgatory, yo. They gotta hope somehow Derek Carr figured out. They tied into him for the next couple of years, yo. They can't get rid of him without it hurting their own pockets. Um, but they gotta figure something out, man. I do think that Dennis Allen will get fired after this season, so they could at least start there by having a better coach in. And I think ultimately that's what they're gonna do because when I really think about it, I say that they need a rebuild. That would be an ideal situation for them, but they just tied into so much bad contracts that they got to find somebody now to try to fix Derek Carr. like, so I think after this year, they're gonna fire Dennis Allen. They're gonna try to bring in a more offensive-minded head coach, whoever that is, and try to fix Derek Carr and try to squeeze a little bit out of Michael Thomas and all these guys they got left, man. And I think next year they're gonna try one more time to go for it. And then if that head coach can't fix Derek Carr, I think they're gonna just blow the whole thing up, man, and try to draft a quarterback of the future. That's just what I think gonna happen. But they're in a tough spot, man. They got talent, and that was a bad loss, man. They've lost. You blew a 17-0 lead to Jordan Love, who we thought at the time, okay, this is the next great Packers quarterback. Jordan Love hasn't been good since that game. He's been awful, as a matter of fact. They lost to Baker Mayfield at home badly. You know, yeah, but I think Dennis Allen is going to be the scapegoat in all this, and they're going to try to bring in a young offensive-minded coach. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have NFL content, Philadelphia Eagles content, all my teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly Eagles, fly.